The man claims the dolls, bought in Brazil, are a gift for his 9-year-old daughter.
Listen, it's not for your daughter. Right there, I can tell you lying to me. It's not for your daughter. Who told you to bring it?
My daughter.
Your daughter told you to bring the doll?
Yeah.
Who told you to put this stuff inside?
Nobody, I don't know. That's like...
Stop. Let me tell you right now. I can tell when somebody's lying. So you put it inside yourself?
No, I don't put myself.
You did.
No.
You did.
If the powder is found to be a narcotic, the man could be facing at least 5 years in jail. Specialized agriculture officers are checking the bags of passengers flying into the U.S. from overseas.
You're gonna eat it.
We're not gonna eat it, ma'am. We're not gonna eat it. It gets thrown out.
It's their job to ensure that none of these arrivals bring in food or animal products that could spread disease and invasive species. And this morning, Officer Hossein has his eye on a flight that is notorious for passengers trying to smuggle in contraband.
Egypt Air just came in. That one perks my interest. Egypt is a high-risk flight. There's a higher probability about the passengers on the flight bringing in prohibited items. Whose bag is this? Is this your bag? Okay.
The X-ray team has flagged a bag with a suspicious package inside.
Can I get your passport, sir? Yeah, all right. All right, just yours will do.
Sure.
All right, thank you so much.
The bag is owned by a man returning home with his family after a vacation in Cairo.
I've been told there's meat in here. Trying to figure out what kind of, it's raw, whatever it is, it's raw. Well, got some skin and stuff. Most likely pigeon. Yep. Yeah, there you go.
For nearly 12 hours, this meat has been festering in the passenger's bag, becoming a breeding ground for bacteria.
With any avian meats, they have to be thoroughly cooked in order to be entered in the U.S.
But Officer Hossein's primary concern is that the meat could be carrying highly contagious avian influenza, or bird flu.
Definitely some sort of pigeon or bird, and this is just a whole bag's worth of it.
Egypt is a known hotspot for this disease that is lethal to many birds, including chickens.
This is most likely a pigeon that they've killed and put into their bags, hoping to cook it once they're back home in the States. It's a very common thing to come in through Egypt.
You said it was chicken, but then it's pigeon.
No, that's not chicken.
Is it a chicken or pigeon? It's like pigeon chicken?
Pigeon chicken.
Pigeon chicken.
Pigeon
It's
chicken.
a baby chicken. It's like there's no way this is baby.
No, that's not no.
The raw meat will be incinerated before it can do any harm. And on this occasion, Officer Hossein lets the passenger go with a warning, because he's been alerted to a far more serious threat. Something that has the potential to bring the U.S. farming industry to its knees. Officers at baggage claim have alerted him that one passenger's luggage could contain foods contaminated with one of the most serious threats to U.S. agriculture, the Capra beetle.
Egypt is a Capra Beetle endemic country, meaning there is a higher risk of bringing those beetles into the U.S., and they're very much invasive species here. We don't want them at all.
The tiny Capra beetle hides in grains and seeds, decimating any crop it infests. If it takes hold in the U.S., it would be a disaster for the country's $1.5 trillion agriculture industry.
What we look for is cucurbit seeds, melon seeds, pumpkin seeds, stuff like that.
The questionable luggage belongs to a man from the Central African country of Chad. His suitcase is clear, but he's traveling with several other bags.
Usually when we see it wrapped like this, a lot of times it's food. He's flying from Chad, connecting in Egypt. Oh boy. There we go. Got these bad boys, got these dried chickpeas, and then rice. They can come in with Capra beetles. Not good for our environment at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 kgs. This is a big catch from us. There's a lot of stuff here that can come in.
From just one bag, Officer Hossein has intercepted a large haul of contraband. And there are still more suspicious packages to open.
What is this?
And it's not long before he finds something even more alarming than the kilos of illicit seeds.
All right, Chucky, I may need you in a second. Is this wood? It's very strong smelling.
It's smells horrible.
It smells bad.
It could be cow dung.
Cow gum?
Cow poop. No.
Please let it not be cow poop.
Although rare, there have been a handful of cases where travelers have been caught with cow dung,
Please let it not be cow poop.
and it is strictly prohibited to bring it into the U.S. due to concerns over foot and mouth disease.
Careful with that by your face.
What do you think?
Yeah.
That smells bad, yeah.
Officer Hossein needs to establish exactly what this is and how the passenger intends to use it.
Sir, what is this? Is it from a cow? No good. We don't think it's good, yeah.
In parts of Africa, cow dung has many uses. It's a fertilizer, a building material, and can even be used in home remedies and antiseptic rubs. But this traveler has an unusual purpose in mind for his bag of manure.
And what do you use this for?
It's perfume.
It's perfume. I'm not gonna judge any cultural traditions of using something for perfume or anything, but it doesn't matter what it's used for. Any cow-related items can't come into the country, so they can get more perfume here, and maybe better perfume.
As Officer Hossein continues to inspect the traveler's bags, he finds yet more suspected cow dung.
It's more perfume.
No, I don't know. C'est pas pour moi.
This can't come in, all right?
Okay.
All right, that's fine. Okay, just give me one moment, okay?
Not only is the man trying to import banned goods, it seems like he's doing it for someone else.
Now he's going back. When I first showed it to him, he told me it was perfume of some kind. Now after taking a second look, he's like, I'm not entirely sure. I don't believe he packed his own bags, or I don't believe he knows exactly what's in his bags. If we're not sure what it is, we take most restrictive action, meaning seizing it.
Officer Hossein has no option but to confiscate all of the contraband and send it to be destroyed.
Let's fill up this one first.
Little we need 2 bags, right?
Yeah, we'll need 2 bags, yeah.
As for the traveler, he is allowed to continue on his journey.
First time I've interacted with cow dung on the job. I am changing my gloves.
But he'll have to find a new ingredient for his perfume. Today, a Brazilian man has been pulled in for an inspection. The man is a U.S. resident living and working in New York. He is returning home to his family after a short trip to Brazil. But officers want to find out more.
So what kind of work you do?
I work in a union over here.
You work in the union? How many kids you have?
2 kids.
2 kids.
1 boy, 1 daughter.
A boy and a girl.
Yeah.
Your daughter's 9, how old is your son?
14.
14?
When the man's bags were searched, officers discovered 2 plastic dolls. On closer inspection, the dolls were found to be stuffed with bags containing a crystalline white powder.
Officer Mills asked you at the beginning, is this your bag? You pack it yourself. Anybody give you something to bring to the United States? You say no, and he finds this, and he x-rays this and stuff inside of it. How it looks like.
I don't speak English very well.
Okay.
Officers suspect the man is lying to them.
I just online. They just come in a box. They leave it in my house like this.
This got to your house like this in Brazil.
Yeah,
Just like this.
like this.
The man claims the dolls, bought in Brazil, are a gift for his 9-year-old daughter.
Listen, it's not for your daughter. Right there, I can tell you lying to me. It's not for your daughter. Who told you to bring it?
My daughter.
Your daughter told you to bring the doll.
Yeah.
Who told you to put this stuff inside?
Nobody. I don't know. That's like
Stop. Let me tell you right now. I can tell when somebody's lying. So you put it inside yourself.
no. I don't put myself.
You did.
No.
You did.
If the powder is found to be a narcotic, the man could be facing at least 5 years in jail.
Who told you to put this stuff inside?
Nobody. I don't know. That's like
Stop. Let me tell you right now. I can tell when somebody's lying.
Officers suspect he is a drug mule, but the man claims he knows nothing about the powder.
If I find something like that in any bag, automatically I'm suspicious. Super suspicious.
Drug mules are often unaware of exactly what narcotic they're being paid to smuggle.
You don't hide stuff like that and just have it in your bag, man. Follow me. Huge dolls with 2, 3, 4 pounds worth of stuff inside. We tested for that. We tested for this. Find out right now.
Officer Matos Meza is testing for common street drugs like cocaine, meth, or fentanyl.
One of these patches pop positive, no good for you. You're lucky right now, everything come back negative.
All the tests have come back negative, but Officer Matos Meza has one more tool at his disposal: the laser detector.
Pass me, I'll go with this.
It can identify thousands of chemical compounds to give near instant results.
I know exactly what it is.
The laser detector has identified the substance as salt.
It's a mineral, that's it.
Officers must now figure out why a man would put himself at such risk to smuggle salt across the border.
Drug organizations, what they do is they'll send somebody as a decoy to see if we are actually alert enough to pay attention to what's going on.
Officers believe they have caught the beginning phase of a drug smuggling operation.
We'll send this through to see if we catch it. And if we don't catch it, then they'll put it with whatever narcotic they're trying to smuggle. Cocaine, meth, whatever it could be.
That can be easy.
Heroin,
Yeah,
could
crystal
be
meth, easy.
fentanyl, could be all the stuff that's going on right now. The one that's lit up.
Although he is a Brazilian national, the man has a U.S. green card.
All right, put it against the wall. Hold hands against the wall.
He has the legal right to live and work in the United States.
What they're gonna do is they're gonna look into his green card history, who sponsored for him, all his background information to find out if there's anybody that is working with him, if someone's picking him up, or the story's just not making sense right now. We gotta figure it out.
Officers press the man for information.
Stop playing games with me. I'm not stupid. I'm doing this for a living. Simple. Who gave you that to bring to the United States? They put it inside the door. Who is it for? That's simple.
That I told you, I buy that online, the same like that they leave in my house, I put in my bag.
That's absurd.
Background checks reveal the man has no criminal history.
Just be honest. Who told you bring it? Nobody.
Organized crime groups often target people with no criminal past to smuggle drugs, in the hope that they won't be stopped by customs.
It's not making sense to me. You're making it hard. You're putting your job in jeopardy. You're putting your immigration status in jeopardy. Do you think this is worth it? Over $2?
With the realization that he may lose his green card and be permanently barred from entering the U.S., the man finally breaks.
He buy for me my who bought? He's a yes.
Wait. He told us you bought him, son.
No, I didn't buy.
He has admitted that a man bought the dolls and put him up to it.
And he lives where? In the U.S.?
No, he lives in Brazil.
He lives in Brazil.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. Don't move.
With this new information, their investigation takes a different turn.
He tells him one story.
He was telling me initially that that he bought the dolls. Then through questioning and putting a little pressure, he's like, no, he bought the doll for me. So the story changed from the last however long we've been talking to him. Who's he? It's not making sense.
We gave him this to carry. Just personally, I think he's doing a trial run. They're trying to make
Yeah, I
it see
think they're testing it.
if we see if we can catch it here in the U.S.
Officers Matos Meza and Lopez keep up the pressure.
So you're gonna give me phone number. I need his phone number and I need his name.
Brazil?
Yeah, the one who ordered that. Here, put it here.
After 3 hours in custody, having given officers all the information they require, the man is free to go. But the case does not stop here.
When's your next trip to Brazil?
In February.
Don't bring nothing back.
Bottom.
If we see this again, the way it's concealed, we're gonna have you guys longer than that.
Yeah.
customs officers will use the information they learn today to launch an investigation into the man and all his connections. The global online pharmacy and clinical skincare market is worth almost $200 billion a year. People are willing to risk receiving counterfeit, adulterated, or unapproved drugs and products because they're cheaper and easier to get. At Atlanta International Airport, Customs and Border Protection officers are checking foreign-bought medication to ensure that it's legal and safe.
Yes, it's Botox.
So this is a Botox?
They're going to seizure.
They're gonna seize it?
Today, some boxes from China have come to the attention of officers Jorge and Johnson.
Yeah, so we got a whole lot of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is it, though?
The boxes contain vials of a mysterious blue powder.
It says not for
For laboratory and research use only, not for human
Where's-
or animals.
They're going.
It's going to an individual in Texas.
Since the address on the box isn't a laboratory, Officer Jorge is concerned it could be dangerous. It goes to see if the other boxes have any more information.
How many of these were there?
No. It's like 5 or 6 apart.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow. Oh, there's other stuff too.
more in the cage too.
Oh, no, but this is going to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
These are different shippers and different,
Might be. Might be.
it's not something you normally see it like this. And again, the same thing for research only, you know, see? It's normally you can see what it is, you know? It'll tell you it's either steroid or something. This doesn't say anything.
With so many boxes containing what looks like the same powder going to different private addresses, Officer Jorge escalates the matter to his supervisor.
We found these little vials. They look like injectables, but you have to dilute it or something. But it's going to an apartment building, and it says, for research only, not for animal or human use.
Any documents inside the box? No documents, no paperwork, no certificate, doctors, no prescription, and nothing.
All it has is the little bottles wrapped up, and then there's a little label on it.
Any name on the bottle? No label?
On the bottles themselves, no. We have an address. When I looked up the address on the phone, it's going to an apartment building. Why would anybody be getting that?
Yeah. They can test it to see what it is.
It's just it's a little long.
How many of them? Box?
No, it's more than one box.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes.
All right, there you go.
By all means.
It's essential officers discover what this powder is in case it's dangerous. Officer Jorge selects some samples to be sent to the Homeland Security Biodefense Analysis Lab for testing.
I don't know what it is. So we'll have to see, we'll have to do a little research, find out what to do with it.
Although some of the vials have been sent to the lab for testing, while he waits for the results, Officer Jorge decides to start investigating himself.
BT10, CU50, what that means, let me see.
He's helped by Officer Ramirez.
Oh, it's copper sulfate.
What?
That's copper sulfate, but, and it's blue.
No, that's not it. Translator. Basically, it's got the box.
By using a cell phone translator on the Chinese writing, Officer Ramirez unlocks the mystery.
That's what it is.
Hydrochloric acid, but it's freeze-dried. Why is a person getting that?
Injectable. Self-injectable.
Hyaluronic acid, or HA, is usually a gel-like substance that commonly comes from the red mohawk-like growth on a rooster's head. As a temporary lip filler, properly regulated HA has become one of the most popular injectables on the market.
They changed the method. Before we seen it one way, so we're used to it. Okay, now this one came in, we're like, oh, what's this? So they freeze dried it, and then they're still gonna put saline in it, and it's still injectable, so it's not gonna be allowed. Just to make people look pretty. That's what it is.
All these boxes will be seized, and because the contents aren't properly FDA regulated, will be destroyed. Federal law demands that passengers entering the United States with live animals must declare what they're carrying at the first point of entry, because many species are subject to strict import controls.
No. These fishes are alive right now.
In Newark, Officer Allinger has stopped a man with fish in his luggage.
He's bringing in live fish from the Dominican Republic. That's not something that you normally see. It's actually pretty rare. Usually if people bring in fish, it's already cooked or it's for eating. And this gentleman, he's bringing it for people to have. ¿Y qué pescado?
Beta. Eso tú lo pones en un acuario. Ahí hay rojo y azules.
Tú vengas aquí con pescado, ¿es tu trabajo?
No, esa es la primera vez que yo compro eso, porque yo compré una piscina. Compré una cosa y lo compré primera vez para meterlo en la cosa mía.
Beta fish originate from Southeast Asia. Highly territorial, they are wrapped in individual cups because they're known to attack each other if kept in the same tank.
They really
Ella dura 3 días ahí.
3 días?
No se muere.
In the bags.
Se le echan unos granitos para que vayan comiendo, para que puedan durar 3 días.
So,
Unos granitos de pescado se le echan.
see, this is definitely something that I haven't seen before. It's something really rare.
Whether live animals are allowed into the U.S. often depends on whether they're a protected species.
So we're gonna wait for Fish and Wildlife to come to inspect the product to see if it's admissible.
But there's another concern.
Pescado, yo no puedo traer pescado.
If they're deemed to be a commercial quantity rather than for personal use, then the importer would need a license.
¿Y tú no sabes las reglas de Estados Unidos?
Alarmed by the number of fish, Officer Pagan is suspicious of the man's intentions.
¿Cómo cuántos hay aquí?
Ahí hay 25 en cada uno. Ahí hay 50.
Eso se ve un poquito raro, que usted está trayendo tantos pescados, además para comer.
Como raro, pero hay gente que trae más. Hay gente que han traído más de ahí.
¿Cómo tú sabes eso?
Porque yo sé, porque yo he visto muchas peceras. Yo he visto muchas peceras allá en el pescado aquí. Acá hay muchos dominicanos que tienen muchas peceras.
Ajá.
Sí, mucho. Por eso yo le traje eso a la mujer mía.
Cuenta pescado, trayéndose para atrás para la mujer.
Hay gente que han traído más.
Pero hoy lo paramos a usted.
As the passenger protests, a check in the system
All right, bye.
has unearthed further information.
This gentleman's mother-in-law recently also brought in over 100 fish from the Dominican Republic into the United States. Bueno, tú trajiste 50, la mujer tuya trajo 100.
Eso no es para venderlo, papá. Eso es para nosotros tenerlo ahí.
You must have a very big fish tank.
Officers have called in the Fish and Wildlife Service,
Hi, how are you guys?
a specialized team that will determine if the passenger can keep the fish.
Yeah.
All right, so he has 2 packages, and these contain beta fishes in them.
They're like double wrapped. There's like very little water in there.
The wildlife specialist confirms it's a beta fish.
You can see his body.
You see it's black, not living his best life. Where is he coming from?
He's coming from the Dominican Republic.
An aggressive species, these fish are often bred to attack one another, and in the Dominican Republic are commonly used in illegal fish fighting.
They fight them just like they fight dogs. That's why they're all an individual little.
Yeah,
So
because
that
I know
they
they
don't fight
can't
each other.
fight each other. Wow.
For some reason, the Dominican Republic is pretty common. That's where they get them.
Oh, really? Okay.
So they're actually originally from Asia, but there's populations down in the Dominican Republic.
Okay.
Also, this is a commercial amount of fish.
Yeah.
You need import-export license.
Okay.
You have to declare before it comes through the airport because you need a 48-hour notice when it's like a live shipment.
Okay.
With no import license and a high probability that they will be sold illegally for fighting, the fish will not be allowed to enter the U.S.
So you can't have the fish.
Yo no comprendo inglés.
Es prohibida.
No me hagan eso, papá, por favor.
All right. Es la regla de los Estados Unidos.
Due to the quantity of fish and the history of his mother-in-law being caught with them as well, the man is highly likely to be involved in a fish-fighting ring.
Trayendo una maleta.
Mira, te lo juro que primera vez yo...
Pero usted sabe el problema, porque tú me dijiste a mí claramente que la mamá de la esposa tuya trajo pecado antes. So, tú sabes las reglas un poquito. So, no me digas que no me estés aquí mintiendo, que tú no sabes.
Oye, yo tengo que mentirte a ti, papá. Yo te estoy hablando la verdad.
Pero si tú me estás diciendo que la mujer tuya, la mamá de ella, lo trajo antes, tú sabes que no es legal.
Sign right here.
The man is issued with a $300 fine for bringing in a commercial quantity of live fish.
That's for you.
Thank you.
The man and his mother-in-law can now expect to be searched in the future.
Seeing a bag like that, when you open it and seeing those little bags, you would think like, okay, this is our narcotics hit. This is exactly how you put cocaine. This is exactly how you put heroin packaged up in little pieces, to distribute. But for fish, it's very strange, very strange. Never seen it before.